I once had a sensei who was notoriously very cruel and very, very rigorously disciplined, and he taught a particular style of Japanese martial art that is already known for being extremely demanding and extremely rigid and precise and disciplined in its structure. And he was more rigid and precise than the Japanese and stricter than the Japanese, to the point where the Japanese instructors would come over and instruct us and they would say, dude, you need to calm down. Nobody bows this much in Japan. But some bowing, good. This much bowing, no good. So stop that. But he was really rigorous. You know, he believed in what he was doing. And he taught me the power of being in the moment. He taught me the power of mental focus, and just how empowering it can be to speak to another human being, even if they're not in the room with you, but they're in the state of mental focus and purity of intent, single-minded intent, or no-minded intent, mushin, which would be the same thing that samurais and ancient warriors from times gone by who had to make split-second decisions or else they'd be cut in half by a samurai sword would have to make. And he taught me the power of that. And he taught me that if you can maintain that state whilst you communicate with a purity of intent from the heart with sincerity, it can be very, very powerful, and it can actually cause the other person to open up. It can cause the other person to experience states of consciousness they didn't even know they had inside of them before, which is pretty cool. And around that time, I also had a second master, a second sensei. He was the wizard on the hill. He was much naughtier. He was an American kind of a guru, a salesy, kind of cheeky dude. He was into martial arts, but he was also into eating a lot of donuts. And his thing was that if you could capture somebody's attention and you had somebody's time and attention for a period of time, that if you altered your emotional state and went into the right state and told them a story, and within that story there were suggestions like, say somebody wanted to become more friendly and more outgoing and more able to build stable relationships. He found through his research and through his work, and the scientific research that's out there backs this up, that if you just say certain words to people like calmness, focus, singularity of intent, centeredness, communicate with sincerity, the brain and the unconscious automatically take that on as though it's an instruction. But you have to tell people through a story so it goes through into the unconscious mind as a suggestion.